Good morning. It's Wednesday the 13th of Feb, sorry. I actually today am going to do something a little different because I've been guided that starseeds need some messages. Okay, so I've been guided that there's difficulty in the collective at the moment. A lot of starseeds are just waking up or remembering. I like to use the word remembering who they are, and emerging sort of from a fog, difficult matrix fog, that this is the only reality, right? So it's when that realization that that's false comes online, it can really be massively changing in a positive and more difficult way. So the guidance was go and give some messages to the starseeds collective, that the starseeds that are just waking up or remembering, and let them know just how connected they are to their families, their star families. So I have actually called in the families of light that I know and work with: Arcturians, Orion, Pleiades, Sirius, Lyra, Andromeda. I think that's it for now. Sorry if I'm missing one. It'll come out. And hopefully you get something out of this. And if so, I'll do some of these readings, more often. So I'm going to get away from the twin flame stuff in this reading, but also know that many of you are actually starseed twin flames as well. So you might go, you might be on the twin flame journey as well. So first I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot to get some general energy messages about where the collective's at, where starseeds are energetically at the moment. And also there's going to be a lot more starseeds waking up or remembering who they are soon. Okay. I knew mental conflict would come out. I just really sensed it the entire time, because, and Seven of Cups, like the confusion energy. Seven of Pentacles, material and spiritual prosperity, throat chakra. Because what this is telling me, and the star at the bottom, it was in reverse, so there is like a healing needed, right? There is difficulty in the collective. Oh, that just fell out. Direct connection to source. Yeah, so there's difficulty in the collective because it was in reverse. But it's the star, for our first starseed reading. I love that. Now, the difficulty is in the waking up or remembering who you are, that the 3D reality, there's more to it. There's going to be lots of shifts that have to happen to then move you to your path, right? Your proper soul-aligned path. Soul-aligned path, okay? So, of course, you can go on your merry way and exist as you are in the 3D. You just know it's not enough, that there's a hunger for more. And this hunger could be coming from your core. It could also be reminiscent of like a knowing that you've had maybe from very early on, even childhood, that you were here to do something big, but you had no idea what it was. And you just can't get away from that feeling. Not only that there's more to this life, but that you are here to do more as a spiritual leader. So we have the Hierophant here. So this is a deeply spiritual calling. You came here. The universe, which, it's normally called the World card, but in this deck it's called the universe. So that's beautiful. It's this deeply spiritual calling you have, in service of the universe and source. You've come from the stars to bring this calling to the very earthy realm. Six of Pentacles, right? It's the earth realm. There's a lot of Pentacles cards here too. So what you're trying to do every day, and this can explain the lack of wholeness that you feel, is trying to reconnect with your higher self, to bring her or him in to your earth body so that you can actually co-create together. Passion ignited, accelerated motion. So this is the Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands. So you can move forward, but soul aligned, in a soul aligned way to create, right? And you've done this in service to the heart and love. Okay, so that green resonates with you as well, because nature is very healing for starseeds. We find the human realm very difficult. Okay, relating to humans can be very difficult for us because we're a very high frequency, and we're of the frequency of love, and the matrix energies are of the frequency of pentacles. That won't last forever, right? That's changing. But this also indicates you may personally have a lot of financial and stability fears, which can come back to past lives as well, and we're going to pull some cards later about that. I just also want to point out the sevens here. So 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and 7 of Cups. So 777 is a very significant number. So look out for sort of divine numbers like that: 44s, 88s, 888s, 777s, 444s, 333s, 33. That's the Ascended Master's number as well. Now, so there are, like, we've got the 5 of Pentacles here, the 2 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. There's a desire to get balance in your life to move forward. The stability of these two pillars, okay? The stability of the 7 of Pentacles. You've actually also possibly invested time in things that don't resonate with your soul anymore. Look at the passion and fire in her soul there. She's almost in ecstasy. That's the feeling that you will get when you find your soul again, right? When you reconnect. And that's the vibration or energy you want to live in. You've actually got the world waiting for you. So when we look at the world card here, this is about the universe for us. It's not just Earth, which is beautiful, and we're here in service of Mother Earth, who is a spirit that you can connect to, and she wants to thank you for your work. And your work currently is your light, that light that you put out. Okay, look at the magnificence of that. All right, look at the light of wisdom here. The sun is rising. Okay, that's a Hierophant. Spiritual leader. 2 5s as well. 3 5s. 3 5s. That's major changes. So this is the fear and anxiety that you've got here. The 2 of Swords, the mental conflict. That what you've discovered is going to require changes, major changes in your life to get to your truth about your soul purpose, which is about living in the heart. So the heart chakra wants to open up. It's blocked at the moment, and it's going to require speaking your truth. If you're not ready for that now, just work towards it. Make moves towards it. To get away, this mental conflict is from this deception and envy. When I see this card in this context, the 7 of Swords, it's about self-deception. That what you're currently living is enough. Well, it might be enough to survive, but just barely. Okay, so there's confusion here as well. I'm not surprised by any of these cards, because this comes up in the sessions with newly remembering starseeds. So overall, there is a positive message here that when you start to embrace this new path of wisdom, where you are going to work towards being the spiritual leader that you are, it's going to connect to your soul, and that passion that gets ignited will see you moving forward. Look at the way she's looking up at the stars. You might really resonate with the night sky. Okay? Wondering where you came from. You're going to move forward in an accelerated way. And with that, your gifts are going to come online as well. So when you do your clearing, you've got lots of healing to do. My nose is so itchy too. As you close out lessons, which could be about boundary setting and self-love. So setting boundaries is a way to prove that you do have self-love. Once you start to close those cycles, so that might require a truth and honesty with yourself and speaking that truth. I'll swap these around. You know, see it as lessons and learning. So we're all here learning. But once you've sort of closed those lessons, you can move forward. That's what the Eight of Wands is about, moving forward. So generally a very positive message. Now this one just sort of fell off. Direct connection to source, right? So you don't have to go through anyone. The days of religion are over. We have direct connection to source. We always had. It was blocked or taken from us in many lives, which will probably come out in the past lives reading. I'll do a few cards later. But this isn't just my deck of twin flame had failed to Pleiades. There you go. Had failed to. I didn't even see that. I had pre-shuffled. Well, that's very relevant, so we'll pull that out. So as I was saying, many of you may be twin flames as well, which just complicates your journey that bit further. Release guilt and shame. You're going to have guilt about changing paths. It might mean cutting people out of your life. You might have guilt about setting boundaries and saying no to people, or directions that you used to want to take, but now they don't resonate anymore with your soul because you're starting to hear your soul more clearly. You need to follow the direction of your gut instinct, okay? And release guilt and shame about moving forward in line with your soul and your soul truth. I'm getting a lot of goosebumps here, so this is very relevant. As you start to get onto this path of truth to yourself, your creativity, you know, we were saying that igniting your passion ignited, not just in love, but in creativity. And I knew that was going to come out. Psychic powers. All these gifts are going to come in, and you're going to get onto your mission, and your creativity is going to explode. So let's talk about this for a sec. These two want to come out. Music mission. So we're literally here to raise the frequency of the planet. And one fabulous way to do that is to create art, and music literally, you know, is about putting frequencies out there that can raise people's vibration and help them on their ascension journey. Okay. So music may be one of your missions, and you might have another healing mission. So healing mission for you could be a caring profession, communications where you set out to connect with people and help them that way in whatever sphere you're called to. And your psychic powers, which, you know, will just really take off once you do the healing work on yourself. Will include, you know, things like telepathy, channeling, a mediumship, clairvoyance, deeper connection to your higher self and intuition. All of that you can expect to unfold when you're ready for it, like when you're strong enough. So Pleiades came out as well. So there are a lot of Pleiadian starseeds on Earth. A lot of Lyrans had to move to the Pleiades. I'm one of those when we got blown up by the darker forces out there. So I just want to make clear, I only deal with divine Christ consciousness beings. There are many races in space, and they're not all positive. And the Galactic Federation was set up to unify the divine Christ consciousness races against the dark forces. So it literally sounds like Star Wars. I know. Delphinus came out. So that's like a constellation not too far from Earth that you might resonate with the dolphins and the sea, marine life. And dolphins are very special in that it's said that they've come here to teach us and actually communicate with humans about, you know, connecting to our heart. So that's very interesting. What I wanted to say about the Pleiades is also, if you resonate with the Pleiades, you might be very like logical, intelligent, but also creative and heartfelt sort of starseed. So it's so amazing when you find out what kind of starseed you are, to then go and look up the qualities of those starseeds, and it's amazing how much they resonate with your qualities that you just grew up assuming that that's, you know, who you were. This is destined. Yeah, so what we mean by destiny here is you actually had a plan to wake up or remember who you are. And that's why you've had your soul promptings to go on this path, your higher self promptings to watch this video and do all the other things that you're doing to find out more about who you are. And the rest of your gifts will unfold as well as you move down this path. So this was prearranged, and you always have free will to not go down that path. For instance, if you're too afraid, and that kind of fear can relate to past lives and huge suffering for spiritual work in the past. But yeah, have faith that this is bigger than you, but you are also a vital part of it. So there's this beautiful relationship between these two things. That spirit exists and is, for us, is not just the 4D astral realm of where our past loved ones go. No, we're talking multi-dimensional realms here, and ourselves existing on multi-dimensional levels. I mean, I communicate with the 9D, okay? So, and a lot of you would too, especially as you start to clear your past traumas and stuff. That connection will really increase. So the telepathy. So it's just waiting to unfold, basically, if you do the work and you get strong enough to move forward on this path, which is a destined path that you chose to you signed up to, but also to bring out all your gifts to the world. And that can happen when you reconnect to your higher self and to source directly, the angelic realm and your star family daily. Do this daily. And also keep your frequency high, because a lot on the Earth 3D realm, including the news, people you hang out with, work especially, bad and negative energies at work. If you don't detach from them, they can really bring your vibration down. So try to take a 5D perspective on things as much as possible, or a higher level perspective. That this, we're basically here for lessons on Earth, but we need to help Mother Earth ascend as well. So we're here not just for lessons, but we do need to clear karma. We've got specific missions to raise the frequency of the planet and to raise humanity's frequency. So you've got a lot to do. Indigenous cultures, you might really resonate with Native American Indians, Australian Aborigines. No matter where you are, there would be indigenous cultures that want to connect with you. What were we just saying? Multi-dimensional being. Okay, you're definitely a multi-dimensional being. You exist on many levels. So if you're in meditation now, make sure to seal and protect yourself when you meditate. I like to call in the Arcturians and Archangel Michael all the time, even when I leave the house, especially when you leave the house, actually. So when you meditate, connect to Mother Earth and connect to the indigenous cultures in your area and see if they want to communicate. Now, the messages I've received personally is they want to do a lot of healing of souls that are stuck because of past massacres and battles and carnage, right? But also land healing. Okay, so source power came out. Oh, a few things came out here. Okay, source power. So yep, you're definitely connected directly to source, and you carry that light that you carry is very powerful. So it's quite healing for people, even as you go out and just go about your daily affairs. People can feel it, and it's healing. So make sure to invest in yourself and your own healing so that you can actually not get drained. Okay, so there's a few consistent messages coming out here about addictions and detoxing. So just be careful of any substances that you may be taking too much of. What they're trying to say is it's not good for you, and it's not good for your gifts. Okay, and just to take small steps to move onto a path of progress on that front. Okay, so don't beat yourself up about it. Okay, Lyra. We have Lyra and the avians. Okay, so you might resonate with the bird races that are amazing as well. Divine Christ consciousness as well. Oh, that really wanted to come out. Akashic Power. Okay, Lyra. Avians. Yeshua and the angelic realm. I'm sure, yeah, angelic realm. So you're surrounded by the angels, the archangels, and ascended masters that you resonate with. And Yeshua, Jesus, is one of the ones I resonate with. Now let's talk about just confirming these gifts and talents are going to come in. Telepathy, and you're going to bring your gifts and talents into the world. Addictions and detox. So just take small steps to clearing your energy field of people who are draining you or giving you a toxicity that you don't need, because you already need healing, right? So we're going to see with the past lives cards that come out what kind of lives may have triggered your particular healing needs. But you're going to already need healing. So don't let others drain you, and don't let sort of substances drain you. If you're trying to keep your vibration high by, imbibing substances, that's not going to work long term. So try and really assess what's going on there and why you're turning to these things. Past lives, Egypt came out. Now with Egypt, I'm not an expert, but I think what happened is a lot of us were there and having a great time, because it was a very open culture in terms of gods and goddesses and what you could worship. And then the Romans came in and it went very ugly very quickly, and it was very, very damaging to us. So there's a lot of Egypt clearing happening right now. This came out the other day as well. In terms of your own healing, so you might need Akashic healing, because Akashic power came out. So Akashic records are the energy storehouse of all that's happened, all the timelines that you've lived on Earth and beyond Earth, by the way, that need to be cleared, and the frequencies need to be retrieved for your soul to feel whole again. Now, in terms of healing, you may need to see a shaman, or you may have been a shaman, so that's very relevant. So also connect to animals and nature, as we said before, for healing, your own healing. And that's why in terms of moving forward, which you are and that just confirms the Eight of Wands, moving forward, don't let others drain your energy, because you've got work to do. Like, your light is really important. And if they're feeding off your light, you need to just sort of cut that drain, because you've actually got work to do. Let's get some of these sacred geometry activations oracle cards. They're very beautiful. Sacral chakra. That's very much about creativity. Confirming, look at the brightness of that orange. So it says the frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. Those are all your creative gifts that are waiting to come in. And I had randomly used orange for that too. So see if you resonate with orange, or if you see a lot of orange. You need to clear out your chakra blocks so that you can reconnect to this creativity. You may have a lot of fear about connecting to it, for instance, publishing, because of past lives where things have gone wrong when you've spoken out about your spirituality or you've published, etc. So see if that resonates with you. If you could have blocks about releasing your gifts. And the message recently has been very clear: Lightworkers must release their gifts, and they must do it now because it's really needed. So as I was saying that, they said pull out the next card, which is passion. Okay. Beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. We're looking for balance. Balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core. Where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Basically, transmuting all the desires and blocks, etc., into passionate, creative action. That's an amazing message for this collective. Absolutely, because you've got so much healing missions to accomplish. And integration. Accept every aspect of ourselves, what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative, to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. So we're integrating our shadow side with the side we show to the world, to accept this inner balance that we need to get to be whole. And so that will trigger us to move into the confidence needed to release our creative ideas and step forward confidently and not in fear. I'll just take one more. Thanks. Oh, two more, okay. Solar plexus chakra and divine feminine. Wow. Okay. Confirmation definitely that there's some twin flames watching this. So you're also twin flames and on that journey, which is amazing. Okay. So this is all about your connection to your higher self. And look at that beautiful light. Look at that light. So it's so resonant across the reading. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. That's so beautiful. You're a multidimensional self. You're here on an amazing mission. As you heal and clear, more of that mission will become obvious to you. Connect with your higher self and your team of light to start to get to know that mission. Okay, one more. Merkaba. Okay, so that's that light body around you. Archangel Metatron, I think, does Merkaba healings. So we'll talk about the divine feminine too. The frequency of Merkaba, and this is really about sacred geometry too, supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. What were we saying about the multidimensional self? It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well. So we had Akashic power, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Beautiful. So what that's saying is all of the lessons you've gone through, all the difficult past lives, etc., you're going to heal and clear those, but you're going to unify them, integrate the good and the bad into one strong self that exists on multi-dimensions. And those different dimensions of yourself work together to give force and possibility to you achieving these missions. That's an amazing, amazing message. I love that. And it's so much about creativity here. It's so much about connecting to your higher self so that you can co-create that burning desire in you that we had with the Ace of Wands, the passion ready to explode out into the world in terms of creativity. So the divine feminine, which is in all of us, even in divine masculines, right? So we've got to balance on the twin flame journey. We've got to balance the divine feminine and the masculine in us. This frequency supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all creation. Wow. So that's in both of us, and we have to balance that out. So not just always take action, but also allow ourselves to receive as well. Now I'll just keep going. I've got these are the Secret Language of Light Oracle cards. And the guidebook is so beautiful. I might actually read the message if I need to. These ones want to come out. Authentic truth. Okay, one more. Authentic truth, soul mating, and what's this? Variance. Oh, two more. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be here. No, three more. Okay. Ask your soul. I love this. So variance is about the differences within us. Okay, so coming to balance again and integrating those, the good and bad, what we might see as the bad. Okay, this is all part of our lessons and our learning, but release it. Just don't get blocked up on it. Don't let it stop your forward movement. Okay. You are coming to an authentic truth. These cards are so stunning. You're coming to an authentic truth, and we had the throat chakra. You might have to actually speak that truth soon about living in your soul purpose, soul name. So knowing who you are each day, affirm to yourself, I know who I am, and I'm discovering more and more about who I am. Okay, and I'm going to work soul craft. Look at the stunning light in this again. Wow. I'm going to work to embody this light on earth, put it out there, and bring in all the healing that I need from source, from my team, from nature. So make sure to connect. Okay, so that my light gets stronger, and also setting boundaries and cutting cords where you need to, that, drain your light, and be guided on that by listening to your inner voice. Okay, so soul name is about you came in with an authentic truth and an authentic self, and crafting, you're going to build your way towards that. If you have any doubt about where to go, the message is clear. Ask your soul. Ask your soul. Okay, ask your higher self. Don't doubt. When you sit quietly, you don't have to meditate, just sit in quiet. That voice in your head is not you, your ego self. That's your soul talking to you. Okay, that's your higher self trying to get a message through to you. When you have synchronicities, like you're thinking about doing a course, and then you turn the page in the newspaper and there's an ad right about that course, okay, like similar subject, that's your higher self trying to tell you, yes, that is your path. Get on that path, right? Listen to me. Listen to your soul. That's stunning. Let's just get some energetic messages, and then we'll do some past life cards. So current energies, please, for Starseeds. Broken heart. This has been a heartbreaking journey. This has been a really difficult assignment. You're on assignment for Source, and it's been really difficult. You've suffered a lot. I'm covered in goosebumps. There's been attachments. You've had energetic attacks. Ooh, wow. Walking away. You may have had relationships that you need to walk away from that have broken your heart. That's 2 9s there. Broken heart and walking away. Turn your back on falsehood. Okay, 2 9s, that's a completion. That's endings, okay? To turn away from this attachment approach to life where it's just not, acting in full vibration. You have the strength to do it. You do have the strength, but you're broken at the moment. You could be broken at the moment. You need healing, okay? Definitely, there's a need for healing. And the first step towards healing is to cut the attachments that are draining you. So if you need to set boundaries, as an empath, you would have issues with saying no to people. You have to start appreciation. You have to start appreciating yourself and your self's needs, okay? Daughter romance. So this could be a romantic catastrophe that's hit you in this life or other lives. We did have twin flame come out here, so that journey is very difficult from a heart perspective. But get yourself the healing you need. Okay. As we said, get yourself the healing you need. Healer of the ages. Well, that to me is Jesus or Yeshua. You have so much support from upstairs, but you also are this light. See, that's the light that people feel from you. You don't even know that you put out there. Okay, so that's the light, but you need protection from being drained so that you can continue to put that light out. Put it out in the world, right? You need all the strength that you can get, and you need healing as well. So you can't just keep giving. This is the message here. Walk away from what's draining you. Walk away from codependent relationships or attachments that are draining your energy, and situations that have broken your heart, to get to healing in self-love. Okay, this is an act of self-love. And then we have a beautiful divine counterpart couple here. Both women holding a coin and a man holding a coin. Stable, grounded energy, 42 and 43. Okay. So I really do get a sense there's a twin flame energy here. And maybe you've got a bit of indecision about moving forward. There's the 8, the infinity symbol. Okay. And 33 is also the number of the Ascended Masters. Okay. So you've got indecision, you've got doubt about moving forward. But you need to embrace this journey, and you need to embrace and acknowledge the need for your own healing. Now we have a few minutes. I want to just get some, past life messages, and angels just literally flew out. Love that. The message there is clear. These ones wanted to come out. High priest or priestess, father, and transportation. Let's deal with transportation. You may have fears of traveling in particular vehicles, planes, ships, you name it, because of what's happened. There may have been a disaster in the past and you may have died, and you have horrible memories of that. I've got goosebumps. So know that this belongs to another life. Release that fear. It does not belong to this life. Okay, it does not belong to this life. It's no longer a reality for this life. So let's just reconfirm. You are so guided and supported by the angels. Always call them in when you need that extra bit of healing help. Okay, they're walking beside you every day. Now let's talk about this. As a high priest or priestess, you would have died for your spiritual beliefs. You could have been burned as a witch. This has led to solar plexus blocks. I see this regularly in clients. Because we have so much fear about moving forward in this work and putting our light out in the world in case it happens again. But we have to release that fear. You have to put your gifts out there. It's not going to happen again. We live in different times. The earth is ascending, the vibration is rising, and you're adding to that. So this is amazing. Just release that fear. Father. So there's multiple ways this can work. You may have lost a father in this life. It's really hurting your progress in the ascension journey because you have deep wounds, childhood wounds. Abandonment is very relevant too, they're saying. You may have been abandoned by a father in this life or in other lives. If it's this life, you need to deal with that trauma and give the trauma the respect it deserves. Get therapy, get help, and start to release this because it blocks your chakra channel, okay? And that blocks your spiritual connection. You have to give this the respect it deserves. They keep repeating that, okay? It's not light. These are big, deep issues that have to be dealt with because they go to your core and it blocks your progress. You may also be a father. You may have abandoned your children. Okay, you need to forgive yourself and take the steps to work towards progress on that front, whatever they may be. Release guilt, release shame, release, upset about this, regret. These are all negative emotions that block your chakra channel and block your progress. Instead, take practical steps and try to do, small steps to move forward to redo that path or make it better, whatever situation you're in. Okay. And if you have had current life difficulties with your father, release those. No one is perfect on earth. Our parents did the best that they could with the skills that they have. Release and forgive. Forgiveness is the key. Forgiveness, so much progress lies in forgiveness. Male and female. Okay, so there is definitely a resonance here that you need to forgive a relationship issue, whether from this life or a past life. If you're a twin flame, it goes deep into the past as well. So start to release and forgive those issues, even in this life, right, where your twin has triggered you, for instance, because it blocks the heart chakra, which came out right at the start. And the key to moving forward on this ascension journey is forgiveness and release of all these things that are holding you back. And past lives can certainly, be very relevant to those blocks, but also current life trauma. So please face your current life traumas with honesty and get help where you need to release those. And if there's a twin situation problem there, try to release and detach with love in your heart always for your twin. We're all learning, and we've all got teams of light trying to work on us to improve ourselves on this journey. Now, I'm going to have to leave it there because my video normally cuts out very shortly. So I'll say thank you so much for joining me on this, especially staying till the end. And I hope that it resonated with you. Hopefully we'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye.